so weak. Baby, it's too long for me. So cheap, being flex so deep.
I mean, shit, to be honest with you, man, she's a
bad things, fine as hell, thick as fuck, oh my god, that's my baby, Caroline.
Hello everyone, what's good? What's poppin'? It's your girl Caroline, that's me. You already know what time it is, okay? You see the bonnet, you see me, you know what's about to go on. It's a wig install. Today we're gonna be doing another start to finish wig install with this wig from Reshine Hair Company. They have sent me, I literally just got this in the mail, so I'm trying to figure out what they sent me. But they sent me a burgundy wig. So we got some color today. This is a frontal, I believe it's water. Let me read the box. Oh, okay. It is a water wave unit, 30 inches, 200% density. And it is a frontal. Let's see, let's check it out. 30 inches. It's not looking like 30 inches. I feel like 30 inches these days is not looking like 30 inches. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. But it is curly hair, so maybe when you stretch it out, but we'll see when we install it. Here is a look at the inside of the lace. Okay, decent side parting, middle parting. See how she's looking right out of the box. This color is so cute. Ooh. I'm not gonna bleach my knots because I typically don't really bleach my knots on my colored units because I don't know. I just don't. It's never really that deep for my colored units to have to bleach my knots. But I'm definitely going to be plucking the hairline of this because it's not giving scalp the way I want it to. Alright, let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and place this white tissue paper that came with the wig packaging. I'm just placing that over the wig head. And this is just like a little thing I do sometimes to help me see the knots better, because when you pluck over something white, the knots can be more visible. So just go ahead and secure everything down. Now before I start plucking, I need to push this hairline back and make everything visible. I'm just adding a little bit of mousse just to soften up the hair so I can push it back. It's very important to make sure you are prepping your hairline to be visible before you start plucking. It just kind of makes, well for me, it just makes it easier to see what I'm doing. And now I'm going to use my hot comb and really press back the hairline. Like when I say press back, I'm literally making sure I'm taking my time to go slowly to make sure that hot comb is touching every knot and pushing everything back. Now I'm just gonna part right in the middle to section off the hair. I always part in the middle of my wigs, no matter what part I'm gonna be doing for the install, because I found that whenever I pluck like in the middle, like right where the middle of the wig is, it just makes it look funny when it's time for installing. So I always try to make sure I part out the middle section so I know not to pluck right in the middle, like where the middle part itself is, you know, this space, if you can see. So I'm gonna comb all of that way, save that for the other half of the wig. I'm gonna focus on this half first. I need more T-pins. When you're plucking, you gotta make sure you got the lace fully pulled out. The lace shouldn't be like, you know, bunched up. It should be fully pulled out. So when I pluck, I like to pull out the first section of hair, right? I always start my plucking behind the front of the hairline. So just gonna pull that out. And I just do this to kind of help me prevent over plucking and to also prevent over plucking my baby hairs. The tweezer I'm using is my Revlon Slant Tip Diamond Series tweezers. I talk about these all the time. They're my favorite. I use only these to tweeze. And the way that I tweeze, you know, tip pointing forward, right? Because it's like a slant tip, so the pointy part pointing, you know, that way. And when I'm plucking, I go in a dragging back motion, not like an up and down picking motion. It's like more like a drag back, you know? So when I pluck, right, like I said, we don't pluck right here directly in the middle. just off center to it. I start from here and I'm picking a couple of strands, dragging back, skip a spot right here, and I start to pluck on this side, right? Skip a spot, pluck, skip a spot, pluck. And this is me kind of just doing it in a more slowed down way so you can see what I'm saying. And I just continue that same concept. I'm not plucking in the same area. Pluck, skip, it's kind of what I told myself when I started out plucking. And I just go down that row. And once I've done the front, I'm now taking my tweezers even further back. It's no longer up here, it's back here. And I do the same thing. I'm pulling the hairs now behind. The gaps that you skip, you don't want to make them too wide, like tooth gaps, because that's also going to look funny. The more precise and hair-like the gaps you are, the better it's going to look. And I am trying to make sure I'm pulling the hairs out from the roots. Another thing too, I try to get a good tight grip up here when I'm pulling the hair. Getting this tight grip helps the hair come out a lot easier without and I kind of just thin the hair out as so. One thing I've been trying to do more lately with my plucking is to pluck more back into the hairline. That just really gives it a very natural, realistic hairline. I used to only pluck mainly like up here and down, but I've realized plucking a little bit more into the back too really makes it look very thinned out and, you know, more hair-like. Something I've been noticing with higher density wigs these days is like, not only is the hair high density, the frontal itself would be high density, like this frontal thick. So I really gotta make sure I'm going back into the hairline with this tweezer. I can't pluck too far back on the side because the lace literally stops right here. So I just pluck as best as I can. Now that I've done all the behind the hairline stuff, go ahead and push everything back up to see what we are looking like. Don't forget your hot comb. When it comes to the front part, I do like lightly plucking. I don't like to go too ham on the front. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, clean up where I feel like needs little spaces to be created. I feel like that's good enough. But yeah, you see that? Yeah, it's giving scalp. It's giving plucked. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do this other side off camera. And okay, our wig is plucked. And now we can go ahead and install her. First, I'm gonna tint the lace. I'm gonna tint the lace using this Maybelline Fit Me foundation, shade 356 Warm Coconut. I just really like using Maybelline Fit Me foundation because it's like $6. So that way I can get as many shades as I need, and they have a lot of shades. From the lightest, and they got really dark shades too. I'm just gonna buff that in under my wig cap. Now I'm just gonna use my blow dryer to just help dry up, you know, all that foundation. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off this lace back here. Make sure you are securing the hooks on the back of your wig. Now typically I like to wear a wig cap just to protect my braids, but today I can't find my wig cap, so I'm just gonna YOLO it and not wear a wig cap. I don't really do bald cap methods. Literally my wig caps are solely just to help protect my braids from getting stuck in the clip so they can last longer. So I'll be alright with that one. The hairline in the front is a little bit too low for my head shape, so I'm going to be cutting off this hair down here. I'll talk more on that, but let me cut the ear tabs off. And for that, literally all I do is I just try to like get my comb and trace around the shape of my ear. And I do cut like a little bit less just in case, you know, my tracing job wasn't that good. And then I just kind of go ahead and, you know, cut it off. If you're kind of scared for this part, you can definitely like trace out the piece of hair that you want to cut off and then like tie it off and then take off the wig and then cut. But since I've been doing this so many times, I just kind of go for it. Same thing on this side. Ooh. I feel like when I put my wig on my head, I never put it on the middle. Or maybe my head is just shaped lopsidedly. Just don't know. Let me just go ahead and cut the lace into sections. Spraying down my lace with the Ebon lace spray for glueless hold. I'm gonna cut this into smaller sections. I've learned the smaller my sections are, the easier the lace lays down. But I can be so impatient sometimes, but I'm gonna try to be patient. And I'm just gonna spray this spray as close to the front as possible. And just use my fingers to get an even spread on that. Make sure it's hitting the lace where it needs to be hit. Ooh. Take my blow dryer on a cold, literally the cold setting. I'm gonna just, you know, press this lace down. My little cute cool scissors to, you know, cut off the lace. As you can see, I already had a feeling this lace is not going to stick at first. It's already lifting, but that's fine. Since I use a cold setting, the lace is still tacky, so I can still go ahead and, you know, push her back down. I already had a feeling it wasn't going to stick, so I'm just going to push the lace back down, pull out my side tabs right here, and that's just going to help me really be able to pull that lace down. And I just keep pressing until I feel it get nice and sticky. The lace on this unit is a little bit thick, which is why it's not sticking as easily. Sometimes your wig won't stick that well at first if the lace is thick. Like, I've realized my more like HD thin laces, they stick so easily. Like, sometimes I don't even have to spray that much and they're just already sticking without my blow dryer. But this lace, she a little thick, so I got, you know, put a little extra effort in there. But it's okay. It's all about learning how to finesse your lace. But okay, this section looks pretty good. And we're gonna repeat on the side. Actually, I'm gonna pull out these hairs first. So what I'm doing is just trying to like section out the hairs that go further down than my actual hairline, because my hairline doesn't go down that low in the middle. So I'm just gonna pull these out. Probably should have cut this section into two initially, but it's okay. And then I'm just trying to cut an up and down jagged motion so the lace has more like a raw cut edge, and that just lays more naturally upon your head than like a blunt straight across cut. When it comes to cutting my lace, I literally just try to cut every piece of lace that doesn't have hair on it. So I just literally cut around every no hair piece of lace, if that makes sense. And now for these pieces, since I'm going to be cutting over them, I'm literally just trying to spray in between the little space right here where the lace and the hair is like parted out. And when you're spraying, it's important to use your fingers to tap out that spray to really get an even distribution. If you're not using a blow dryer after you use Ebin spray, like you just wait for it to dry, then sis, you're not doing it right. I'm telling you, once I've figured out the importance of using my blow dryer to let the spray dry down, it works so much better for me. Especially if I'm using like a cool, warm setting, not hot and high. I'm gonna go on my elastic bands and lay down the lace. This lace definitely needs a moment to sit and simmer, because I know once I start trying to swoop the baby hairs, it will start to lift. So I'm gonna let this sit for probably 10 minutes.
A few moments later.
I took a little snack break. It's been like definitely 30 minutes with this band on. I kind of have a headache, but it's cool. That means the lace should be laid. But I'm gonna just take this time real quick while the lace is held down to part my hair and press everything out with this hot comb. I think I want to do a middle part. I haven't done a middle part with curly hair in a minute, and honestly, the way this lace is not trying to play with me, I feel like a middle part will be easier to finesse right now. Try to get as straight as possible. I suck at parting hair, y'all. If you're like me and you can't part your hair that good, I honestly suggest doing it on your wig head. It's much easier there, but you know, nothing in life is perfect, so neither does my part have, and neither will my part be. I feel like that's good. The frontal on this unit is very thick. Like the density of the hair is 200. I feel like I wish companies would like understand, we want high density in the hair, not high density in the frontal. Like nobody wants no thick frontal. Now let's see what this lace is looking like. Whew. Oh my god, that felt so good. This was on my, oh wow. Oh man, that felt good to take off. Okay. It's not too bad, it's not too bad. Let's pull out some baby hairs. And for those of y'all asking what do I do when the hair gets like hard from the spray, I literally just rake my comb through it gently and just, you know, break up that little cast that you get from the spray. And if it's really bad, just get some water and just like lightly try to spray the hair, or use some mousse to help you lightly break down the hair. Ooh, shit. Ooh, that hurts, that hurts. Ooh, that's so hot.
A few moments later.
Hello. Hi. No, you didn't mistakenly rewind to the beginning of the video. I had to take off the wig. Sometimes the purpose of why I do these start to finish videos is to let y'all see, let y'all understand, yes, installing your wig to the peak most stage is not that easy. It does not come easy. So if you're installing your wig and you're struggling, me too, girl, me too. But you gotta try again. And that's what I'm about to do right now. Sometimes if the lace is not laying the appropriate way, the baby hairs won't suit appropriately for me. And when that happens, I just kind of get unhinged, lose my mind, and take off the wig. And I try again. So I took it off. I wiped off all the excess glue, gel, whatever, on my forehead. Took a moment to woosah, you know. And now we're gonna attempt this again. If you use 𝐿𝐈 frequently and you're somebody like me who's forgetful and forgets to cover your 𝐿𝐈 and it gets like dry and stuff, if you know, you know. I literally just put a lot of water, mixed it all up, and now it's back to normal. So, little hack for you. I'm gonna play a podcast to soothe my soul while I re-swoop these baby hairs. If you're wondering what podcast, I'm going to be playing Violating Community Guidelines. It's by Brittany Broski. If you don't know who that is, you know the kombucha girl? Insert meme here. Her, she's hilarious, and Sarah Schroeder, I don't know how to say her name, but they're like super funny. And yeah, I'm terrible synopsis, but check it out if you're looking for a funny podcast to laugh at.
I wonder if I died with tears come to her eyes. But nah, you wouldn't understand. I reached my peak, got kids speak. Call my nigga cheek, tell them that I was weak. I wonder if I died with tears come to her eyes. But nah, you wouldn't understand. I reached my peak, got kids speak. Call my nigga cheek, tell them that my will is weak. I wonder if I died with tears come to her eyes. But nah, you wouldn't understand. I reached my peak, got kids speak. Call my nigga cheek, tell them that my will is weak. wonder if I died with tears come to her eyes. But nah, you wouldn't understand. I reached my peak, I can't speak. Call my nigga cheek, tell him that I was weak.
Alright, now I'm gonna go in on my elastic band. Yes, yes. I'm just gonna let my lace simmer. But yeah, if you're struggling with your lace, like it's lifting, it's getting sticky, it's becoming too messy, just take it off. Just take it off and try again. Clean your forehead, babes, so you don't break out. Re-glue that wig on. If you gotta do it again the next day, then do it the next day. It's one of those, you know, you get back on the horse, blah, 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 you fall, or whatever people say. Get back on the horse. Same concept, same concept. So now, I'm just so happy I made it to this part. I get so happy after I finish my baby hairs. Do some styling to the hair. I think I want to cut it, because even though this is 30 inches, I feel like it's really not 30 inches. Okay, let me explain. Right? So you see the hair. Not wearing a bra, but don't mind that. Well, right? Okay. I'm 5'3", mind you, so I'm not a tall babe. I have a short torso, but whatever. My waist right here. It like, if you pull it, yes, it comes all the way down. But bruh, that's like the thinnest piece of hair. Like what? Like what? Like what? Like it's 30 inches, but that's like so thin. You see what I'm saying? Most of the fullness is up here. So it's giving more like a 24-inch. You feel me? And this is not a kinky curly. This is water wave. Water wave should not be this tight curl. I'm just saying. Okay. Like, I'm just saying the truth here. Ooh. Anyways. So I think I'm going to do. But the hair is full. I'll give them that. And the color is very pretty. Just trying to say some positive things. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the hair. Well, first, actually, let me make sure this band is on my head tight. It's already moving. Yeah. Because I'm about to brush this hair with aggression. Okay. I'm gonna divide the hair to 2 sections, and I'm just gonna detangle it. I'm gonna detangle it, then see how much I want to cut, so that way I can see the full thickness of the hair. And I'm just gonna detangle through the hair first before I spray with water, just to help break out the curl pattern.
I wonder if I died with tears come to her eyes. But nah, you wouldn't understand. I reached my peak, I can't speak. Call my nigga cheek, tell him that I was weak. wonder if I died with tears come to her eyes. But nah, you wouldn't understand. I reached my peak, I can't speak. Call my nigga cheek, tell him that my will is weak. I wonder if I died with tears come to her eyes. But nah, you wouldn't understand. I reached my peak, I can't speak. Call my nigga cheek, tell him that my will is weak. I wonder if I died with tears come to her eyes. But nah, you wouldn't understand. I reached my peak, I can't speak. Call my nigga cheek, tell him that my will is weak.
I went ahead and gave the hair a bit of a chop. I feel like I want to chop it more, but let me chill out. I get too scissor happy. I can never just cut the minimum. But I feel like now I'm gonna let the hair start to dry. I did something different this time. I used this Camille Rose honey. I used it on my actual hair as a leave-in. This stuff it's literally expensive because it's like $20 for this, but it's so good. It's so moisturizing. And I never put it on my wigs because I'd be scared to put random products on my hair, on wigs sometimes. But I think it really helped moisturize the curls a lot. Like, it did its thing. I like that. But I would not suggest, or at least for me who does wigs like every day, I would not suggest this for me because it's too expensive of a product. I save it for my natural hair. But it is very nice. And it smells really good too. But yeah, I'm gonna let the hair air dry for a bit. And then once it dries up some more, I'm gonna go in my hot comb and, you know, do some surgery on this parting. But this is how she's looking. I feel like now it's probably like a 20, no, not like a 20, it's probably like a 22 inch after the cut. But yeah, so I'm gonna come back to you guys once the hair has air dried.
Eternity later.
So this is what the hair is looking like right now. So what I'm about to do is I'm gonna do some tweaking on the hair. I don't know if you guys can see, there's like little dots on the lace. And if I had went ahead and just bleached the knots, that probably wouldn't be showing, but it's cool. It's not that deep. So what I'm trying to do is just pluck some of those little dots off the lace. I'm gonna pluck these baby hairs a little bit because they're a little bit too thick. I'm basically just trying to clean up everything to make it look more professionally done. To kind of help the baby hairs look more softer, I'm gonna brush through them since they've like set already. They're gonna keep their shape. And you might get some flaking whenever you're brushing out the baby hairs, but honestly just put some water or some mousse on it and that will take care of flaking. Pluck this a little bit. I'm gonna go with my hot comb to just help me shape the hair the way I want it to be shaped. Alright, now to really clean up this part, I'm going to use some of this lighter shade concealer to really make it, you know, pop or whatever, and to also cover up those pesky knots. Now for the lace, I'm going to get a little bit of that same foundation that I used to tint my lace earlier. I'm just going to add that on top of the lace because it's not looking, it's not melting the way I want it to melt. What do you think? Talking to you, nigga.
What do you think, bitch?
I said, what do you think? I don't know.
It's a cute ass color. I love it.
Fuck the color, bitch, the wig.
You know you'll be slaying that shit, but my opinion don't matter, bitch, because you know you're going to do what you want to do. So don't ask me shit, bitch. I'm just going to...
The day that my lace is lifting, the day that my lace was clearly lifting, and you lied to me, that's your last day on earth.
Let me see.
Like, you see how like, you can still see it? Like, I feel like it's not disappearing.
One time you told me it's still a wig.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. A wig, at the end of the day, is still a wig. Lace is still lace. You're not fooling nobody. I said what I said. So overall, I would give this hair a 6 out of 10. Well, no, 3 out of 5 stars, basically. Like, it's affordable, it's cute, it does what it needs to do, but you need to do a lot of finessing to get into it. It's not beginner friendly. Yeah, those are my thoughts, you know. Let's give a little feedback. I know y'all be wondering, but I'm gonna go to bed now because, of course, like always, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. That's usually when I end these videos, so I'm gonna go to sleep now. Thank you guys so much for watching me install this wig. Hope you learned something, hope you enjoyed it, and hope I was, you know, hope I was just something to fill the void. But I'll see you guys in another one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And peace out, Girl Scouts. Goodbye.